Welcome to Are You Paying Attention?
Hello.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm David, and we're here to talk about the most recent episode of Survivor.
Yes,
it was a crazy episode this week.
Yay, it was good. I liked it.
It was.
Well, Braun came back from their second night of Tribal.
Right.
And I thought it was interesting that Scott made a comment to Alicia about like, oh, I just wrote your name down because I was being loyal to Jenny.
Yeah, I didn't want to send Jenny home. I told her I wouldn't do that.
And then Alicia got like an attitude back, and I was like, wait. First off, Scott didn't need to say anything.
Why is this conversation even happening?
She's been on the bottom. He doesn't need to like apologize or anything.
And she's been in the bottom, and she's still in the bottom as far as everyone's concerned. So why is he trying to like kiss and make up with her?
And why does she think that she has any ability to talk back?
Yeah. It was so weird.
She's never gonna get on anyone's good side with that attitude.
She's clearly still like the #1 target anytime that tribe goes to council, even though she's survived 2 eliminations now. She's still on the bottom every week.
Right.
And there's nothing that's gonna change that because she is the weak link on that team.
Right. Then on the beauty team tribe, I should say, Ty goes back to get the idol.
And he gets it. Finally. He had to like jerry-rig his own little tool, right? Because he couldn't find the tool.
Whatever.
So then he built this whole long pole and got the key and got the idol. And he found there's a message with the idol, new twist this season, is the super idol. So he learns that it's sort of like a yin and a yang. You can find 2 idols and put them together. And it's a super idol which you can play after the votes are cast at a tribal council.
Right. So traditionally, the way it goes is everyone writes down their votes. Before they're read, you could be like, I'm going to play my idol because I think that I'm going to have some votes.
Yes.
This time, if they find a second one, I guess.
And they have to pair them together.
And they pair them together, they can wait, hold off, see if they have the most votes.
Yep, and then
boom. Which is gonna be amazing if that happens because everyone else is gonna assume that no one has an idol, the votes have been read, and then they're gonna be like, and hello.
And no one knows that's a rule this season except the people who have found the immunity idols. So no one on the beauty tribe except for Ty knows that this super idol exists. So if that happens, and Jeff doesn't ask for it, because it's a new twist. So I hope somebody gets to use it just so we see how that plays out. Yeah.
Last year we had 2 people who found 2 idols, so it's gotta happen, right?
I really hope so.
Speaking of idol though.
Yes. Over on the Braun tribe.
Back over there.
So it's Alicia and Sydney, right? Are out searching for the idol together for some reason. I don't really understand why they're searching for it together.
Whatever.
Especially Sydney. She's just like an enigma to me. I don't know who she's aligned with this season. She keeps insisting that she doesn't align with Alicia, but then she's always hanging out with Alicia.
I don't feel like she's aligned with Alicia, but she's playing that role because Alicia.
In case she needs it.
Yeah. I get it, girl.
So they're searching together and they find a clue, but they like find the clue out of order, right? They find the second clue. So. They're like digging around at the bottom of the tree, and then Alicia's like, we need the hoe. So then she goes to find the hoe, and Sydney's like, I found it. Like, I found the box, I found the idol.
She's so sneaky.
Yeah.
She was not about to be like, we're doing this together.
Right.
Please.
She was like, I'll be right here. You go get the hoe. I'll be waiting for you.
They also see that Jason has spied them.
Yes, that's right.
So they know they're caught.
Yeah.
It's an awkward situation from the beginning.
All around.
Sydney plays it off like she didn't find it, and they go back. Then Sydney has to now play it off because she knows Jason saw.
Yeah.
So as soon as Alicia kind of walks off, she's like, she found the idol.
Yeah. So then they're like, shit, we like gotta go out there and find it. And so then it turns into this like...
There's nothing subtle about what happens.
It's like a mad dash to find the clues, to find the idol. I felt bad for the cameraman chasing Jason through the forest, holding a camera, trying to keep up with him because he is full on sprinting.
He's like, I'm a bounty hunter, let's go.
Yeah.
There's no covert operation about this.
No.
They like just are like, we're gonna go. So of course then Alicia's like, oh my gosh.
I'm going with you.
So she's running and following them.
Yeah, she's like tripping over herself. They're falling in the forest. And then she's sort of like wrestling with Jason, trying to get the idol and the clue.
It's up here, they're getting it, and she's like waiting for it to fall.
Trying to catch it.
like these two big guys are gonna let you get it.
Yeah. At any rate, the thing that they pop out of the top of the tree is a key anyway. It's not even the idol at that point. But it falls, and Scott and Jason get the key, and then they go and they unlock it, and Jason has the idol, and now everyone knows he has the idol, and they read the super idol twist in front of everyone, so the whole Braun tribe.
No, it was just between
Scott
the two of them, right? I think so.
Okay. So at least both Scott and Jason know now that this
Well, they are acting like they're sharing it.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how Scott was saying it.
Well, because he doesn't have the idol, so he's like, please, God, I hope we're sharing it.
But it is awkward because they all know he has it.
Yeah.
So you kind of think you should share it.
Yeah.
I guess. Or I don't know. I don't know how that plays out.
Like once they make it to the merge, like if Jason makes it to the merge and other Braun people make it.
Who keeps the idol?
Yeah. Jason, I think, keeps the idol, but then other Braun people can use that info, you know, within the new tribes that they created. They can tell people, well, we know that Jason has an idol. It's like not a secret.
What do you do in that situation? Do you all vote for him so that he burns that idol? And then you know.
That could be. That could be.
I mean, that's what I would think to do. It's like
that's smart.
We just have to do this so he gets rid of that idol, and then we're like at square one.
Otherwise, you have to pull up the absolute perfect blindside. You know, and give him no reason to suspect that anyone's voting for him.
Over on Brains.
Yeah.
So Brains started with the 4 young people and the 2 old people.
But that did not last very long.
The 4 young people divided into 2.
Yep.
And they thought they were all still like a 4.
Yeah.
But
they had clear friendships going on. Like Peter and Liz connected and Aubrey and Neil connected.
Yes. And Peter and Liz connected on a very controlling and egotistical way.
Yeah, right. We are king and queen of the Brains tribe.
Yeah.
That's sort of their attitude, and they're sort of walking around, you know, telling people the way things are and the way it's going to be, and this is the plan.
And they think that they have control over this group, and so their plan was they wanted to get Neil out. It was just a matter of letting everyone else know. So that's how it was prior to the challenge. So now let's go to the challenge.
They start in the ocean, and they have to move some rice bags through a hole. It's a whole jungle gym, and then the balls. So they end up on the beach with 3 balls, and they have to like navigate it up a board and put
that board was intense.
It was intense. It was sort of like Plinko.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, you accidentally hit a hole in that board and your ball falls out. You have to start over.
Yeah.
And if one person gets it, they rotate to another person and they try and go up. You had to get 3, right? Once again, the beauty tribe just slam dunk.
Kills it.
Kills it.
Largely because of Caleb. He is a rock star at challenges.
Yes, he really is.
Which we were discussing, unfortunately, is going to make him a target once the merge happens.
I'm so scared.
I think there's no question that Caleb is going to make it to the merge. I would be so surprised if he got voted off. But once that merge happens, he's going to be such a threat at winning immunity every week on those physical challenges that he's going to have a target on his head.
I'm worried. I mean, luckily people like him right now, but I'm super, super worried that
he's going to have to play
a
good social game for sure.
It gets so close between Brains and Braun.
Yes.
Too many B words. It is literally down to like, this one's up and then this one's up.
Yeah.
And like, it was so
It was literally a matter of seconds. I don't know if it was editing, but they were like both in and out of that final slot with those balls.
Yeah.
And it was like, who is going to get
It wasn't editing because they pulled back and did a wide shot and you could see how close it was. It was intense. We were so rooting for Sydney was the last one on her team and Debbie was the last one on her team. And, you know, you just don't want them to go back to Tribal again.
It's nothing against Brains. It's just like, I can't watch Braun go to Tribal Council again. This is so demoralizing. So it was nice to see them
Sydney snuck it out and beat them. And so, for the first time,
Brains is headed to Tribal Council.
Brains is headed to Tribal. So because Peter and Liz, they've got this. They know that it's time.
That's right, they call the shots.
For Neil to go. They set out a plan in case Neil had an idol.
They're going to split the votes.
Split the votes between Neil and Aubrey. And as a tie, and then if nobody plays an idol, they'll re-vote with Neil being the target. Laid out the whole plan for everybody.
It wasn't a suggestion. It wasn't like, what do you think of this idea? Are you on board with this? It was like, this is what we're doing. So Liz is having a private talk with Debbie at their water well or whatever it is, and she's telling her the plan, and Debbie's like, absolutely, I'm on board. And then she turns around in her private interview and she's like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
This is not how this is gonna go down.
She had already been eyeing, as she likes to say, she's been gathering intel.
Oh yeah, she's sitting back and gathering that intel.
She already was suspicious of Peter and Liz.
And Liz in particular.
Yeah, she thinks Liz is a prima donna with the whole boiling the water and stuff.
Yeah.
She's just kind of annoyed.
She's not a fan.
Yeah, I think she originally wanted to vote Liz out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So Liz is telling her this and she's like, no. Then between Aubrey and Neil, because they seem to just be nice people who are going with whatever.
Agreed.
Aubrey realizes that Peter is just demanding that she do these things.
Yeah.
And Debbie gives them the information, well, this is what they said to us. This is their whole plan.
Yeah, they think
now
Neil
they have
has
the
an idol.
Full story.
Yeah, so then Aubrey and Neil, of course, are like, well, what the hell is this? Like, we thought we were a foursome, whatever.
So they had kind of were up in the air. By the time they go to tribal, do they vote out the prima donna Liz or do they vote out the egomaniac Peter?
Right.
So then we go to tribal.
Yes.
Once again, people love to just talk.
They love talking. They love talking. Except Debbie. I was so impressed with her because Jeff asked her a question and she had an appropriate answer, but it was short, it was concise, it didn't give anything away. Like, people say too much at tribal council.
You do it. Debbie did it right.
Yeah, keep your cards close to your chest.
Yes.
Peter just talked like he was going to win Survivor at this tribal council.
The amount of ego.
Yes. It was crazy.
Was insane for Survivor. You should never be confident in Survivor.
And he was like blinded by that because people were saying things around him that sort of could have clued him into the fact that there might be another plan going on right now, but he was totally not receptive to that.
But he shut it down.
Yeah.
And I think it was Aubrey was like, you know, you can't just count numbers. You have to also be aware of social cues.
Yep.
And he was like, I'm an ER doc. I know social cues.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, talking about him.
Yeah, right.
And he's like,
he has no clue. He's like, let's put pen to paper. Let's get the votes going.
Yeah.
He's just so cocky that like his plan is going to go down exactly the way he wanted it to.
And then I have to say, it was really fun to watch that cockiness drain out of his face.
It was like disbelief when the votes came in. So it was a three-way tie when they finally voted.
Right.
Peter and Liz obviously voted for Aubrey, so 2 votes Aubrey, and then there were 2 votes for Liz and 2 votes for Peter. Three-way tie.
Three-way
Liz
tie.
and Peter are stunned.
So now with a tie, those 3 people can't vote, first off.
Yep.
And only those 3 people can get votes.
Yep.
So you've now taken out the only 2 people who were voting outside of those 2 people.
Yes. So they re-vote, and Liz, to my surprise really, is the one that they decided to send home. I thought they were going to send Peter home.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe they thought, you know, we need Peter for the physical challenges.
They mentioned that they needed him for the challenges.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was surprised too that Liz was the one to go, but I get it.
Yeah.
Breaking up the duo was the most important thing.
Right.
Catching them off guard and showing them that they're not in control.
Indeed, they're on the bottom.
Yeah.
And now Peter is on the bottom
He's
of that
literally
tribe.
alone now.
Yeah. He does not have Aubrey and Neil anymore.
That was amazing. I have to say, I loved that tribal. I loved seeing the realization on his face. Debbie has been certifiable up until this point, but she played this perfectly.
Yes. She's obviously established herself as a crazy person. Yeah. And so she sort of has these weird behavioral things. Like when she was talking to Liz about the plan, she was like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't want to overly talk about it. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, this is the plan and we're good to go. And she's just sort of shut it down.
Shut it down.
Which would normally be a red flag. You'd be like, why is that person reacting to me like that?
Yeah.
But Debbie's just such a kook that you're like, all right, Debbie's just being Debbie. But meanwhile, she's flipping the script on you and sending your ass home.
Right. And not getting herself all caught up in possible lies. But you said this or whatever. Nope. Shut it down. Yeah, let's just go to tribal.
Yeah. Right. Sarah, what was the Brady's moment this week?
The way Ty got his idol.
Yep.
So he had to go back multiple times, different days. He had to build his own tool because he lost it or whatever. Like he had to figure out when people were looking, when they're not. Was it this tree? Whatever. Like he put a lot of brains and thought into getting this idol and did not get caught. So I'm going to say that that's
and just to build on that too, the whole building of the tool thing was smart because he tried the climbing the tree thing and then he went back and he thought about it and he was like, how am I going to get that key out of there?
Right.
So that was just really smart play and he got the idol without anybody else finding out, which is key in Survivor. So that was a really smart move.
What's our Braun
moment was the chase, the battle.
Another
for the
idol moment, yes.
On the brawniest team.
Yes.
Or the Braun team. The brawniest team. Just seeing them race through that jungle, leaping over logs and
pushing each other, running,
and fighting for the key. All of them were in it.
That was a brawl for sure.
And then what did we decide was our most beautiful moment?
It was literally a beautiful moment. The blind side of Peter and Liz.
It's just so satisfying to see someone who is so full of themselves and sure that they're gonna get their way. Yeah. It's just so great to see it.
You just don't see it that often. Usually everyone's got a little fear in them.
Yeah, because you always expect the unexpected.
See it coming. But they legitimately were in another world. Yep. And it was beautiful
and now they are gonna come crashing back down. Well, by they I mean Peter, because Liz is gone now.
It was orchestrated very beautifully as well.
Yeah. So that was this week of Survivor.
Good episode.
Yeah, really good.
And now, I don't know. Now, I mean, I assume Braun is still gonna tear each other apart. Yeah. But the Brains team obviously has some work to do as well. And Beauty's just gonna keep dominating. I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now.
At the end of the day, it comes down to who wins the challenges, and Beauty doesn't seem to be having any problems.
I will not be surprised if they go to the merge having never been to tribal.
I won't be surprised either, and I won't be surprised if they make it to the merge and I don't know all of their names because they never go to tribal.
I know those 3 girls are just 3 girls.
I don't even know.
Right
I know one of them is named Anna or Anna now.
I don't know.
That's it. That's all I know.
It's Caleb and Ty's team. That's all I know.
All right.
All right, you guys. Let us know what you think. Your brainiest and brawniest and most beautiful moments.
Yep. And click subscribe because we're going to be back next week doing it all over again. Bye. Bye.